Hi, guys.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a 100% full flight today. We're looking for passengers who do not need those large and roller balls. As a courtesy, we can check them all the way through to that final destination today for you. I am going to be monitoring all bags going on the aircraft. If you have any expansions opened up, you may want to zip those expansions. It is only 2 items down the jetway, but we do appreciate it if you can check those bags for us. We'll check them all the way through to that final destination.
So, I figured I would do a reading for you guys. I'm sorry, I gotta keep this on. I gotta keep this on because... Anyways, let me get my cards out. Let's see what this reading is going to be about. Okay, this is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I'm just extra right now. I'm just so... Anyways. Okay. Here we go. Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also for your cross watchers. Also for empaths who find themselves on this video without any Piscean anything. I don't think y'all understand. I have really small nostrils. I have a small nose, dude. It's like there's no space. There's no space for air. It's just frustrating. All right. Ooh. Card number 7. Card number 7, throat chakra. Express your truth. Express your truth. It's time for you to begin really, really... Hold on, guys. All right. All right. It's time for you to express your truth and really begin figuring things out, like where you stand, what you want to say, what you need to communicate, things like that. These are very important things that you got to talk about. I don't know if you got to talk about it within yourself or talk about it with someone else, but it's just super important. I can't breathe. It's just super important, okay? A lot of blockages in the throat chakra end up affecting the third eye and the crown, or affecting the heart chakra. It's really important. The throat chakra is so crucial for you to get to the next level of being. Without it, there's a very high likelihood that you'll end up atrophying the other chakras that are involved, okay? Now I can breathe. All right. If y'all have a nose...
Passenger Lagoda, party of 2, please check in.
You're so lucky. I swear to God, you're so lucky. All right. Card number 52, the Violet Flame.
We're also paging passenger Hamilton and McKean. Please check in with your passport at gate number 2.
This is like a sense of you already having a hand in your development in that chaotic energy that's going to take you to the next level and next layer of your consciousness retrieval. With that, It's over here, like, you don't quite see. You're not quite focused on what you need to be focused on. You're more focused on the glitz and glamour of something rather than seeing you're entering into this dark spot that will probably use a lot of chaotic energy. This chaotic energy, hold on, guys. So with this, you have to pay attention. Pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to all of these things. And I see like a sunset, like a dusk. Dusk is the period of day where you're about to enter into a dark night. You're on the cusp of entering into a dark night of the soul. Okay? Don't be scared of your process. Don't be scared of whatever process you have to go through, whatever experiences you need to have in order to reach a more profound understanding of yourself and your life. Okay? High heart chakra. So, okay, these three cards together, throat chakra, the violet flame, and high heart chakra. So, your refusal to speak your truth, your refusal to communicate what needs to be said, because you're worried that you're going to hurt someone's feelings, you're worried about this, you're worried about that. It's what's going to, it's actually what's going to initiate this dark night of the soul. Okay? Your refusal to express yourself in the most authentic way possible is the very thing that will trigger this extremely painful, extremely difficult period. What will you choose for yourself? Are you going to allow yourself to continue quieting yourself down so that you don't hurt people's feelings? Because really, this is an exercise that will help you reach higher levels of being. Activation of the high heart chakra has a lot to do with your recognition of your own process, and it has a lot to do with that whole self-love thing. Okay? If you can't do the self-love thing yet, just know that this is the process that will take you there. Probably through challenge, probably through all sorts of like really, really difficult, really, really painful stuff. Okay? All right. So let's put that there. Let's get this deck. The what? How do you do this with family, though? It's a struggle with boundaries. Family's not going to give you permission to go through this. You know, they're not going to give you permission. And maybe that's the kind of family you have in order for you to recognize.
Hamilton and McKean, please check in with your passport.
Passport? In order for you to recognize, in order for you to reach a place within yourself where you don't need someone else's permission to be your most authentic self. I recognize that a lot of families, like we're born into the family we're born into to give us this opportunity, to grow us in this way. So it's a matter of, accepting people for who they are, which is someone who probably will never understand you. I mean, hey, this is just a fact, okay? I'm going to share with you guys a fact. Just because you're ultra spiritual, just because you've been working on your self-awareness, self-realization, self-actualization, self-love, self-empowerment, all these beautiful concepts, just because you have a desire and capacity to expand your awareness does not mean everyone in your family does. It just, oftentimes when there is one who has the capability to develop to such high degrees, what ends up happening is there is a sibling, a parent, some sort of family member who is really nothing more than an organic portal. And if you don't know what an organic portal is, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, you know? So you can't continue to base your life, your journey, your road back to yourself on family, you know? And unfortunately, sometimes you can't have civilized conversations with family regarding your personal needs. Sometimes it has to be a full-on war. You're worth going to war for. Okay? You just are. You're worth going to war for. So, God, the path you take to avoid often is the path that actually leads you there. I was just trying to avoid stuff. It's fine.
Alright. What time do you have off?
It's fine.
Alright, I'll see you later, okay?
It's fine. Card number 20, Softly, Softly, the Tender Touch. This is high heart activation, leading to throat activation, leading to third eye activation, leading to crown activation. Notice how she's crying as she speaks her truth. Notice how all of these things that you hold down are the very things that hold you down, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, we need a seat assignment still for this flight. Please check in at gate number 2. We're still paging passenger Townsy, Lagoda, Vancouver, Hamilton, McKean. Please check in with your passport, please.
Please. Card number 32, Faith in the Process. So for many of you, you're probably at this point, you know? For many of you, you're probably at this point where you really don't know what to do, where you feel as though you've exhausted all your options, like you have no options left. Well, maybe you've exhausted all your options because all of those options were nothing more than distractions rather than actual solutions that you can implement. Any solution that you have for your spiritual journey, if it's based in part or in whole on how other people will receive it, it is not a solution, it's a distraction. It's another way that your human mind has come up with to keep you from actually addressing what needs to be addressed. So what is it that actually needs to be addressed? You want to make a decision for yourself. You want to live a specific way. Family doesn't agree. Family doesn't understand that. Well, I'll get them to understand. Who said they need to understand? If they need to understand in order for you to implement this, in order for you to live it, are you really living for yourself? Or is this another stop in that ego path, that ego-based adventure, where you're trying to find how to make yourself feel the most powerful you've ever felt based on your environment? How many people you can get to agree with you, how many people you can dominate, how many minds you can change. I mean, you know, and I'm not, Leanne, I hope you don't think I'm picking on you or addressing you directly. I'm kind of just, my mind is just going through these thoughts. You did initiate the thoughts with your comment. And I just realized, wait, but I'm not even talking to you at this point. But yeah, that's the thing, is that, you know, are we doing things to get us to a better understanding of ourselves? Or is it a more evolved game of let's see who we can convince? Let's see how much permission we can get from other people one way or another. You know what I mean? For me personally, part of my return to my personal power had a lot to do with no longer explaining, no longer trying to get people to understand. No longer trying to get people to be on the same page with me. Like, baby boo, I'm on a whole different book. This is a whole completely different book. You're on a book that uses words. I'm over here with a book that uses spiritual braille. I gotta feel it through. I gotta feel it. I gotta feel it through. I can't just read it with my eyes. I gotta feel it. And if I can't feel it, I can't read it. And if I can't read it, I don't know what it is. And if I don't know what it is, what am I agreeing to? Right? So it's just one of those things where understanding that the spiritual stuff really is more like braille, where you're silencing all your other senses in order for the higher sense to come forward. Card number 12, every journey starts with a single step. You have to take that step. You have to take that step, and it's like that the first step to that journey has a lot to do with unpacking the bags. Ooh. We think that, in order to take this journey, we have to pack all the important things.
Charles Hamilton, Wyatt McKean, please check in at gate number 2 with your password before you board. Once again, Charles Hamilton and Wyatt McKean, please check in gate number 2. We're paging Lagoda and Vinkurov. Please check in.
So, the spiritual trip is actually one that you take with 0 bags and no clothing, nothing to hide behind. The truth of that spiritual journey is the depth at which you're allowing yourself to become fully naked, fully exposed, fully, whatever it is, however romanticized way you want to put it, Card number 13, power of attraction. You're calling to you everything that you need to learn the lessons that you're trying to learn. And sometimes these things are learned through adversity, through pain, through suffering, more struggle than actually needs to happen. And sometimes these lessons are learned in a more peaceful manner. Where you're kind of just observing where your thoughts take you, where your feelings are showing you the parts of you that need you the most. It's a very difficult journey. I will tell you that. It's one that creates so much challenge, and the challenge is not to the self. The challenge is not to the soul, your highest self. The challenge is more presented to the human aspect of you, the part of you that needs to categorize, that needs to rank things, that needs to have some sort of perception of order. One of the most powerful things that I did for myself was just embrace my chaos, where I just allowed myself to be the chaotic person that I am. It's not always expressed as chaos outside of me. Inside of me, it's always chaos. Everything is chaos all the time. And that's where I live. That's my home within myself. Chaos, okay? Chaos. That is my Zen zone. And that's okay.
We have an exit row middle seat. If you're already in a middle seat and would like some extra legroom, if you are willing and able to stay in case of emergency, please see me here. Once again, we have an exit row middle seat available. Thank you.
Exit row middle seat. Come see me if you're willing to help. Are you willing to take on that exit row middle seat, where you're flanked by things that you might not know, things that are not familiar, people, places? Exit row middle seat. I mean, I hear that, and what I think to myself is I'm not trying to help anyone right now. Is the truth. I just want to get on the plane and probably go to sleep. Something. How many of us are willing to give up our seat to sit in a place within the aircraft of life, knowing that it's going to be your job to help other people? And how many of us are just assigned that seat? Luck of the draw, whatever you want to call it. How many of us are just assigned that seat? mean, a lot of messages, the messages come through so long as you have the ears to hear and the eyes to see. People would hear mundane things in the background and they think it's just announcements overhead, but in reality, soul is speaking to you always, every day, always. Always it speaks. Have you been listening for truth? Are you listening? Or are you simply trying to hear something? Assigned a role to play in others' first story of my life till now.
I'd like to welcome our concierge key customers to walk into board now or anytime during the boarding process through the prior lane. And thanks for being with us today. Concierge keys, welcome aboard.
Here's the thing, Leanne.
I'd also like to invite our Group 1 customers who is military personnel with active military identification to board flight 1931 to Phoenix through the prior lane.
Here's the thing, okay?
I'll let you know.
Even on the airplane,
Military, welcome aboard.
before we take off, they're going to tell everyone on that plane, regardless of where you're seated, put the mask on yourself first.
Okay, I'd now like to invite our Group 2 customers to welcome to board 1931 to Phoenix, Group 2.
Put the mask on yourself first. At no point were you ever meant to be last. At no point were you ever meant to simply accept some role, play some role. I gotta go to my actual gate now. These people are loading, so let me just get out of here. I just came here because there's chargers. So everyone's looking at me crazy. I gotta go. I gotta go to my actual spot. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. Not at the airport. Bye.